personal trauma, including substance abuse, but she has turned her life around thanks to Teen Challenge and her coach, who never gave up on her, Darren Camilleri. And they join us now in Adelaide. Darren and Cassie, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cassie, let's get to the bad news first, shall we? And then we can get to the good news. What happened to you? Why did you fall off the edge?
Well, I got into the wrong crowd at school, so I wanted to try drugs as an experiment, but yeah, it ended up being an escape for my problems and stuff.
How bad did it get?
Pretty bad. I was on the streets and stuff, so yeah.
So you're living on the street, you've left your family, you're not contacting your friends, you're, sniffing paint?
Yeah, and a few other drugs as well, but sniffing paint was my major problem.
Did your family and friends come close to giving up on you?
My family never gave up on me. I lost a few friends, but yeah, my family were getting close to giving up on me.
Well, I guess probably you don't blame them.
No.
Yeah. Darren, what about you? Now, you stayed in touch with Cassie?
Yeah, I did. I knew Cassie was going through some rough times, and when I sort of stopped the sport for a little while, I stayed in touch with Cassie, and knew she was going through some difficult times. And there was one incident where it was just one evening, and I just thought I'd give Cassie a quick phone call to see how she's doing, and unfortunately she wasn't doing too well at all. And judging by her voice on the phone call, I knew that something wasn't quite right. So I left and tried to find her straight away, and actually found her in a car park of a supermarket, and she wasn't tracking too well there at all. So yeah, I've seen the rise and fall, and hopefully now the rise again of Cassie for sure.
So on that night when you found her in the car park, was that a turning point? Did you two sit down and say, okay, time to stop, time to turn this around?
Actually, no. Cassie was actually sort of so much away with it that she wasn't actually aware of what was going on at the time. When I actually found Cassie in the car park, I made phone calls to the Salvation Army, the police, and they directed me to the hospital. So I eventually tried and coax Cassie into my car and actually take her to the hospital to get some treatment. It was actually during that ride on the way to the hospital that I actually thought I'd lost Cassie. Just the way she was sitting in the car, and she was not moving, her eyes weren't blinking, she didn't seem to be breathing, and that was quite a traumatic experience, for me. I rushed her to the hospital. She had done quite a bit of damage to herself, but nothing that was, I suppose, unrepairable, which was good news. I stayed in touch with Cassie from there, and it's funny, you can lead, like a horse to water, you can offer so much assistance, but unless that person's prepared to make the change, there's not too much more you can do, unfortunately.
Cassie, what was the trigger? Why were you suddenly prepared to make the change?
It was just from past hurts and rejection from friends. It was like an escape for me.
But I mean picking yourself back up again. What turned you around?
Well, I ended up getting really sick, always nosebleeds, and yeah, my health, I just thought I really need to change something.
So what happened on the day that you decided that you really needed to change something? Because we need to tell people, we haven't told people yet, you are pitching for trampolining in the 2008 Olympics, so you are seriously back on track. But how did you start that process?
Just my family helped me out a lot. I had a really good friends, and yeah, I'm in a Teen Challenge program, so I put myself into rehab, and yeah.
It was a very quick process as well too, Tracy. Cassie had decided that she was going to go to rehab. Within 2 days she was there. I just found that something clicked, and once Cassie had made that change, she was going to do it, and that's how she's always taken her sport. When she sets her mind to something, that's it.
Darren, she was a very talented junior, and I guess you obviously knew her during that time, but having seen how low she'd sunk, did you think you could get her back? And back to the sort of the ability that she had as a youngster, as a junior?
After seeing, what I saw, I really had my doubts, because there was so many family and friends offering support to try and help Cassie through the bad times, and it just seemed no matter what we did, nothing was working, nothing seemed to be helping. But seeing the turnaround that Cassie's made in the last 5 months, being with Teen Challenge, I actually have no doubt at all that she is right in contention for 2008.
Cassie, has it been that quick? Has it been 5 months from destitution and illness to pitching for the, well, obviously not the Athens Olympics, but the 2008 Olympics?
Yeah, it's been in 5 months, so.
Hey, you're astonishing. Well, you are. That is absolutely incredible. How have you done that exactly?
Well, I've had a lot of help from God.
Okay, so clearly the spiritual aspect of this has been an important support for you, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
And is that something that you've discovered since you picked yourself up, or was it there before and had you rejected it for a while?
Yeah, it was there like 3 years ago, but I kind of rejected it, so.
Well, Darren, it's amazing. It's a credit to you all. It's a credit to Cassie, but it's a credit to those of you who never gave up on it too, isn't it?
Oh, look, I think that, all the credit needs to go to Cassie, actually, because, as I said before, you can offer so much assistance, but until that person's ready to make the changes, there's not too much more you can do. And as I mentioned, even with Cassie's training, when she sets her mind to something, she really goes for it. And in the 5 months that Cassie has been in the centre, the turnaround has been amazing. She's fulfilled as a person. She seems complete. But more so now, she actually believes in herself, and it's that confidence that's now taking her places that will hopefully take her, long term in the sport as well.
All right. Well, for anyone who wants the similar sort of help that Cassie's had, we've had the website for Teen Challenge on the screen throughout the course of our chat. Best of luck to you, Cassie. We'll follow your progress, and thanks for being with us. You too, Darren.
Thanks very much. Bye bye. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
It was pretty good, let me tell you.